Hello, I'm back after a week off with episode 6 of a weekly gaming news 10 and 10 for the week ending April 29th, 2017. A weekly gaming news 10 and 10 is a weekly gaming show that gives you 10 news stories in 10 minutes or less. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Sony announced May's free games for PlayStation Plus subscribers. Starting with the PlayStation 4, available will be Telltale's Tales from the Borderlands and artistic indie darling Abzu. On PlayStation 3, Blood Knights, Port Royale 3 Pirates and Merchants will be available. Finally, for the PlayStation Vita, PlayStation Plus subscribers will be able to get Laser Disco Defenders and Typewriter, with both games playable on PlayStation 4 through Sony's cross-buy program. An improved lineup over what has been offered in the past few months, these games will be available for download by PlayStation Plus subscribers starting Monday, May 1st. A match-fixing scandal hits Overwatch. With global prize money for Overwatch tournaments reaching well into six figures, it is not surprising that cheating and scandals are following. This bears out with Overwatch's first major scandal. South Korean police have acknowledged that the South Korean professional eSports team Luminous Solar's coach and a player manager were arrested and charged for attempting to fix a qualifier for the second season of the Apex Overwatch League. While the police did not name the two arrested, event organizer AWGN banned Luminous Solar coach Baek Min-jae and player manager Jin Seok-hoon. The pair are accused of offering sponsorship deals to Unlimited, a rival team, in exchange for them forfeiting a match in February of this year. This is further evidence that Overwatch is becoming big time in esports. Red Dead Redemption mod for GTA 5 gets knocked down. In a post on GTAforums.com, the lead developer announced that Red Dead Redemption 5 was being stopped. He noted that the decision was made after he and his team were contacted. If you are unaware, the team was working to bring the full Red Dead Redemption map into GTA 5 on PC. While no story mode was being brought over, it was still a large undertaking nonetheless. Unfortunately, as we have seen many times over, companies, especially in today's climate, are very protective of their IPs. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite story and gameplay trailers are released, as well as some game details. Capcom has released a couple of trailers and details for Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Some of the details that were noted are stated that there would be no crossplay as it is available currently in Street Fighter V. The button layout will be reminiscent of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and in the first for the series, matches will be round-based. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite hits all platforms, PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on September 19th. An Injustice 2 leak confirms the Joker. Gameplay footage of the Joker leaked from a French version of Injustice 2 prior to the official April 28th announcement. It's not surprising, as the Joker's availability had been leaked earlier in the week via the leak of the full achievement list. It's also not surprising that one of DC's most popular characters would be in Injustice 2. Injustice 2 is scheduled to launch on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One May 16th. Vivendi may complete the hostile takeover of Ubisoft by the end of the year. In a report by Reuters, French media giant Vivendi still has its eyes on Ubisoft and could complete a hostile takeover by the end of 2017. Vivendi have been slowly buying shares, driving their stake in Ubisoft to 25%. But it seems they are now changing their strategy to become a bit more aggressive. It's being reported that Vivendi would not buy Ubisoft at any price, and if this does not work out for them, they may be eyeing targets elsewhere. Atlus steps back and apologizes. As previously reported, Atlus had placed some strict rules on streaming their latest Persona title. Atlus seems to have come to their senses and even offered an apology. The apology stated, "To our surprise, we saw numerous reactive news articles go up, opinion videos post, and received many emails asking us to please change our Persona 5 streaming video policy." They went on to say, "We recognize that our fans are the reason why the game is the major worldwide success that it is, and we continue to want them to be able to enjoy the game without fear of being spoiled. However, we also heard your issues with the guidelines and have decided to revise them." After which they noted a change in the guidelines, asking that players refrain from posting or streaming gameplay after the end-game date 11/19 when the game enters its final act. They also addressed a perceived threat by apologizing for that, stating, We also want to apologize to those of you who saw the previous guidelines blog post as threatening. We want to be transparent about what we do, and the reason we released the guidelines was to give streamers the right information up front. It was never our intention to threaten people with copyright strikes, but we clearly chose the wrong tone for how to communicate this. So streaming Persona 5 has become a bit safer, unless you're looking to avoid spoilers. How to end an esports career in 30 seconds. Overwatch player Matt Delore Vaughn was dropped by Toronto eSports after a video surfaced of him repeating ad nauseum a racial slur during an Overwatch match. Vaughn was streaming on Twitch at the time, and one of his Twitch followers uploaded the video. His Twitch channel has since been closed for violating the terms of service. Vaughn took to Twitter to announce that he would not be returning to eSports and was completely done. In fact, his specific words were, he was done with esports and would not be returning. He started an apology which devolved into a list of excuses for his poor behavior. Vaughn maintains that despite his use of the most racist of racist slurs, he is not a racist. Toronto eSports president Ryan Pallett released a statement that read, "Toronto eSports is an organization built on exclusivity, and we have always had a zero-tolerance policy for any forms of discrimination." Immediately upon learning of the incident, the player was interviewed, admitted to the offense, and was notified that his contract with the organization was terminated. That, folks, is how you quickly sink a career, not just in esports, but anywhere. Just ask Michael Richards, better known as Kramer of Seinfeld fame. Nintendo's announced the new 2DS XL. Nintendo, out of left field, announced the new 2DS XL. The new 2DS XL takes its C-Stick, amiibo support, and extra power under the hood from the new 3DS XL, leaving behind 3D viewing. It is sleekly designed with a smaller footprint while maintaining the same screen size as the new 3DS XL. The new 2DS will be available starting July 28th in the United States for $149.99 and July 13th in Japan for 14,800 yen. And finally, 90s campfest Nightrap gets a remake for current gen consoles. Nightrap, a campy 1990s Sega CD, that's right, Sega CD game is getting a current generation release. Limited Run Games is handling the physical release on PlayStation 4 and will release it with 3 different covers, one for each of the US Sega CD versions of the game. Screaming Villains is handling the digital release, with the game being given a general spring release date on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Back in 2014, there was a Kickstarter by the original developers to remaster Nightrap that gained little to no traction. This will be a re-release and not a remaster. Finally, the biggest claim to fame for Nightrap is that it's one of the key titles that spurred the creation of the ESRB. That will do it for this week's episode. I cannot sign off without giving a mention to our sponsor, the Street Fighter New Challenger Discord, the premier place to go for beginner and intermediate players looking to improve their Street Fighter V play. With weekly tournaments, one-on-one and group coaching, stress-free lobbies, and a strong, friendly community, you'll find yourself a better player in no time. Go to newchallenger.gg today. Finally, you want to hear Trinell and I go into a deep review of the stories you have heard and more. Join us for a weekly gaming news show, Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 2300 UTC. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next week for Weekly Gaming News 10 and 10.